In this video, what I want to talk about is the impact Battle Royale could have on Fallout 76, or really the impact I think it might end up having and how it might shift the focus of the game going forward. And to be totally clear on this one, if it wasn't already really clear, this is more of an opinionated video. I'm going to back up some of the claims with facts, but it's mostly my take on the given situation and not necessarily what's going to happen. Either way, as I'm sure many of you have known, Battle Royale was recently released for Fallout 76, and it was a pretty major release. Following their E3 conference, Bethesda launched a free week for Fallout 76 with the new Battle Royale update, and a lot of people jumped in, and it got a lot of positive press. We saw many people give the traditional adventure mode in Fallout 76 another go, some of these coming back all the way since abandonment during beta, other people just trying the game for the first time and reporting that, hey, I'm actually having a lot of fun. But the thing to really steal the show was the release of this new Battle Royale mode that was getting a lot of coverage and a lot of attention, even from those that don't typically play Fallout games. And well, Bethesda definitely noticed this. Technically, when the Battle Royale mode was originally released, it was only going for a limited time in a kind of pre-beta sneak peek, as they were calling it. It would last 1 week, the same time the game was free, but then it would go away at least for a short while. They decided, hey, wait, this is actually really popular, it's getting a lot of positive press and reaction, so they decided to extend the mode and make it last even longer. And now it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere anytime soon. And in the weeks that follow, we've only heard more positivity around this new mode, whether it be from new streamers or YouTubers playing Battle Royale in Fallout for the first time. Naturally, Battle Royale in Fallout, if you heard about it 4 months ago, would probably make you a little bit more iffy. But they definitely managed to pull something off here. But what does this mean for the future of Fallout 76? It's quite clear that we have a brand new and exciting mode in the game, something that Bethesda is committed to supporting long term, or at least they have talked about future updates for it. But how does this fit in with everything else, and will it affect everything else? Because I think the answer to that is almost certainly yes. Since the Battle Royale update, we've seen one more update to the game, that was patch 10.5. What this actually did was bring a ton of changes, almost all of them focused around the new Battle Royale mode. There's quite a bit of backlash around this because a lot of people aren't interested in PvP modes. It certainly isn't the traditional Fallout experience, considering up until this game, you literally couldn't play PvP because they were all single player. Although Bethesda did reaffirm, even though patch 10.5 was a fundamentally Battle Royale focused patch, future ones shouldn't be. And patch 11 that should be coming in early July is distinctively not going to be. It's going to affect all of the major modes. But will things actually end up panning out just that way? I feel like with the release of this Battle Royale mode, it almost kind of created a shift or divide in the Fallout community. Even though there definitely is overlap in between the two modes, it's pretty clear that they're appealing to different audiences. Bethesda describes the Battle Royale as a more contained Fallout experience in just taking 20 minutes or so. And although the two modes, Adventure and Battle Royale, have a lot of similarities, it's pretty clear they're not the same. So going forward, I think what we're going to start to see are people that are following Fallout 76 just for Battle Royale. They'll discuss the game, read the patch notes, follow some of the updates, but only as it pertains to the Battle Royale mode, without actually dipping into potentially the other modes. And I think this could actually have a fairly sizable impact on how Bethesda plans future updates. Even in this most recent patch, we already saw a different subsection for the Battle Royale mode. I wouldn't be surprised if internally they are actually divvying out a separate team to maintain that mode compared to the other one. But can this actually be sustained? It's no secret that during Fallout 76's lifespan there have been development issues, whether it be the reintroduction of some minor bugs or even alternatively just not fixing things in a timely manner, something that even still today actually does persist. Short of Bethesda just really expanding or hiring new people, I do question whether or not they're going to be able to actually maintain both of these new modes, have steady updates and bug fixes for Adventure mode, while at the same time new features and cool things for the Battle Royale mode. As it seems to me, based on their track record, based on what kind of content we've seen from them in the past, I wouldn't say that is likely. I think there will always be one of the two audiences that is kind of nagging them for more and wondering, hey, why did this other group get so much cool stuff but we're still here waiting? No counter argument to this could be that Bethesda was actually working on developing the Battle Royale mode, which is quite a bit more intensive, and a considerable amount of the team might have been working on that over the past few months, and that could explain some of the other slowdowns. But either way, I feel like this will also present a new content problem in-game, as Nuclear Winter was actually the biggest single cosmetic content drop we've ever seen in Fallout 76, at least as far as free DLC goes. By playing this new mode, you can unlock more new power armor skins, weapon skins, or even armor skins than the rest of the DLC combined. Even further, through this new mode, it has a ton of lore through holotapes, terminal entries, or various other things locked behind leveling up in the mode. Right now, if you're in adventure mode and you want to gain access to that, you can't. You have to play the Battle Royale mode. And this is that kind of divide I'm talking about. So now we're going to see over the next few months several new updates and DLCs for Fallout 76, and I do have to wonder how Bethesda will decide which mode gets the new content. You have to assume they're still going to be adding new things you can unlock by playing Battle Royale, because it makes the experience rewarding. It's a staple of some of these other games, and I imagine they want to keep it in this one. Or even further, new limited time events that reward you with new limited time skins that you can only get by playing that event. We've seen things like that in the adventure mode, but now we'll probably also see them in the Battle Royale mode. That's something they've touched on in a past interview. Now, as I mentioned a divide here, I don't really think that means the community is going to start arguing or fighting amongst each other. That probably will happen, but more what I'm talking about is a divide in how you could actually gain access to this new content, and how there's going to have to actually be decisions as to where the new content goes as far as which game mode you pick. And to be clear, I don't think the traditional Fallout 76 experience will be ruined by this. In the past, I made a video on the Wastelanders DLC, going through some of the interviews and other details we did here. Bethesda is adding a lot of really cool stuff to Fallout 76 with that. It's definitely going to feel more like the single player Fallouts as far as the story goes following the release of that DLC, and I think it'll be huge. I'm excited for that. I don't think the game's going to die between now and then, and even if it does, I think that will be its revival. And even beyond that, in the next couple of months, we know Bethesda are adding several new events or things in the adventure mode, such as a legendary player system and vault raids that should probably be pretty interesting and contain their own unique things to unlock or gain. But at the same time, while that's all going on, are we just not going to get updates to Battle Royale? Will Bethesda be able to maintain the balance of releasing some of that new adventure mode content while still satisfying the people on the other side of the fence that are really only interested in Battle Royale? I especially bring this up because you have to imagine in the next couple of months, following the initial success of the mode, Bethesda will want to start actually winning over market share from some of the other Battle Royale games, notably Fortnite, Apex Legends, things like that. It seems like now will be one of the most ideal times to make that big push, to actually try and get some of those users over. These modes tend to skew towards a younger age, and most people that are young just get out of school for the summer. Now, at the same time, again, maybe Bethesda is expanding. Looking at some of their job listings, there definitely is quite a few openings for their Austin branch. Those are the people that maintain and develop Fallout 76, although at least for the Battle Royale mode, they also did get aid from the Dallas branch. But either way, taking that all together, this isn't meant to be a, oh no, Fallout 76 is doomed video. It's just an interesting question I've been thinking a lot about, and I wanted to talk about in a video, and even specifically hear from you in the comments down below. How do you think Battle Royale and the inclusion of this new mode, but even more importantly, the popularity and success of this new mode, will affect the future of Fallout 76? I just can't help but think that there's definitely going to be issues going forward as far as updates for one mode versus the other. That from time to time, one group, whether it be adventure mode users or Battle Royale mode users, will find themselves disappointed that this particular update didn't contain enough content for them. Although naturally, I would love to be proven wrong. I think it actually is probably a good problem to have. You have so many players interested in different parts of your game that you're worried you're not going to be able to entertain all of them. It's a lot better than the past where there just wasn't a ton of players or there wasn't a lot of interest. But either way, I know at least for me, the new Battle Royale mode is a very welcome and happy addition to Fallout 76. I find myself wanting to play the game not just to record it, but just for fun, to experience the new mode, which is something I haven't wanted to do pretty much since release. I spent so many hours playing to get background footage or doing the quest to make a video on it that oftentimes it'd be like, alright, that's enough Fallout for today. But as of late, there's several games that are not filmed and just played because I was having a good time. I really do hope Bethesda finds a nice balance here. I would hate to see either mode get neglected or not enough updates to the point where people start to move away from it, particularly in regards to Battle Royale. I could see them maybe being a little bit too slow and that hurting the audience. But either way, with all that being said, as always again, I thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this video informative or at least thought-provoking. Although before we end things off, I did a psych fun fact a couple of days ago in a separate video. You guys actually got really happy and excited I did that, so hey, here's another one. And this is actually going to be on mood congruent thinking. I believe I talked about this like 3 years ago on the channel when I originally learned it, but more or less, the mood congruency effect, or or mood congruent thinking is kind of what it sounds like. Basically, dependent on your mood, you will think about certain things. This can be applied to real life, like if you've ever interacted with someone and they almost seem not bipolar, that's probably not the best word, but they'll do drastic swings in how they feel about something. Like when somebody's mad, maybe at you, and they bring up all these negative things and how big of an impact they've been having on them. But when they're happy, it seems like they don't really think or discuss those various things, and it's mostly on the positive side. This could be due to the mood congruent thinking effect on human memory, where to an extent research has shown that depending on what your current mood is, it will impact what you remember, what you think about, and in turn how you interact with others. This also does give some credence to the whole idea of having a cool down period if you're really mad before doing certain things or making rash decisions, but it's a pretty interesting effect, and one that probably has a very big impact on people's day-to-day lives, especially while fighting with people, which of course does happen fairly often. Either way, hopefully you found that interesting or informative, but with that, I thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Later.